Yo, yo, yo. It's Alec.
You fucking suck. God damn
hey,
it.
he tried. Don't give him shit.
Hey, I'm gonna give him shit. You didn't try hard enough.
I feel like I tried a lot harder than you guys did. I saw the first
All
episode.
right, yeah.
I saw the first
Hey,
episode.
don't give us shit. I defended you.
We don't even have like a real introduction. We just say, "All right, who's starting?" Like,
We
what
just
we need
start
an
however
intro.
we can, motherfucker.
All right, all right. You guys, why are you guys pinning this on me? Let's not pin this on me, bro.
No, go
Just
fuck.
fucking start already.
No, fuck you. It already
Alright,
started.
so-
It has already
so-
started. This is part of it.
All right, then let's get back on track. My name is Dylan. Me and Alex are the sole creators.
I am the second host. Well, I'm gonna hit the bong then.
I'm reading fucking Maestro, bro.
Who the fuck's Maestro?
That's a powerful motherfucker.
I need to be refreshed on Maestro.
Real quick, isn't it Maestro the blue
You
guy?
know,
You want to get refreshing? I got you, bro. Oh my god.
Is Maestro fire?
Maestro's more than fire.
I'm still reading. Like, they don't really. The second issue has not told me much.
But who is Maestro?
Well, the comic that I'm reading, it expands from the first Maestro comic, where the Hulk once traveled to the future and met his older self. This spit up. Dude, what the fuck? I need to open up my vocabulary, but what does that even say?
We gave you 2 extra hours.
The Maestro. We know what turned Bruce Banner into the Hulk, but what turned
There you go.
Hulk into the Maestro? That didn't even explain anything, bro. Why did I even read that?
Bro, what? At this point, I'm more confused.
So Maestro is basically another version of the Hulk that is not the same.
Oh, it's Red Hulk or no?
No, not Red Hulk. It's Bruce Banner's Hulk, but
Oh, is
he's
it
not-
the black
hero.
Hulk? No, the gray Hulk. Where the Hulk's like very
No,
smart and shit.
he's still green.
Then why is he called Maestro?
You gotta learn the story to find out, man.
Alec, why is he Maestro? Why isn't he just not Hulk?
Dude, I haven't read that part yet, bro. I'm 2 issues in.
You're 2 issues in, you don't know who Maestro is yet?
Dude, as of now, he's still fucking Hulk.
The fuck?
It's the Hulk, but not the same. He's like evil-ish with a certain limit.
Bro, fucking a terrorist organization dropped a nuke in the US and led them to where they believed Russia did it. So fucking World War III fucking happened and everyone fucking died.
You did
But
not
fucking
mention
somehow,
World
like-
War III in your first part. This is now more interesting.
So fucking it started out with fucking Hulk, right? He was just beating the shit out of some big ass robot. He beat the shit out of this big ass robot. And then he had a fucking wife named like Betsy or something. No, Betty.
The
It's
robot
Betty,
has a
bro.
wife?
Yeah, it's
Wait,
Betty. Betty rocks.
Is it the Hulk's
Betty
wife
rocks.
or the robot wife?
It's the Hulk's wife. He beats the shit out of the fucking robot. The Avengers and Wolverine pull up and they're like, "Damn, bro, you about that?"
Okay, so
Okay.
now we know what you're doing. Fucking Alex, the hell are you doing? You still doing Punisher?
Yes, I am. I left off on issue 3, and there's only one more left after that, so there's still plenty to go around of this story.
Question, you have a week to think about this. I'm gonna ask again. Why was the
What's that?
priest with the little boy in a church during a zombie apocalypse?
Patrick, shut the fuck up about that. It's just a coincidence.
The fucking weird
What?
coincidence.
It's just a priest and a little boy, nothing more. They're just holding captive against the cannibals, nothing more. Get your mind out the gutter of the dirty shit.
Okay, good refresher. Now, Dylan, what are you doing?
As you know, I'm doing the vision. Give me a minute. Alec took a bite of a chip and I just heard the crunch.
It's
I
cool,
threw
Ranch,
my
bro.
water bottle.
Alright, to mention, so I am doing the Vision. Vision is character created by Ultron. Was originally created to destroy the Avengers, become Ultron's new body. But you find out quickly that he ends up turning against Ultron and helping the Avengers and to destroy Ultron. In the last episode, I basically got all the way up to issue 8 or 9. So Dimension, his powers are he can phase. He can basically what he does is he changes his molecules to a certain extent. He can phase himself or make himself as heavy as weigh himself out to the maximum weight. He could weigh himself as a feather.
You guys want me to go first?
Come on, you talked shit about us just 5 seconds ago. Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong, please.
Let's
Okay.
get it.
Okay.
Maestro time.
So to mention, let's just mention, Alec is coming back for next week, and he's gonna finish his comic so he can actually read it. He only read 2 issues.
Yup. Okay. So the comic opens up, Maestro. It opens up with Hulk in another universe where he has came to peace with his 2 personalities and has come together as one. It opens up with him beating the shit out of a fucking robot, right? He beats the shit out of this robot, and everyone's hyping him up, bro. Nothing could go wrong if Bruce Banner's there. And then it goes to where he's kissing his wife, and he's back at home, and he's eating dinner with his family. He has a whole family, bro. And then fucking his one son's like, we don't have to listen to what you say. You're dead. And then it turns out that Mysterio was messing with his mind, and fucking that was all an illusion. So he's pissed, bro. He's pissed, and all the Avengers are trying to calm him down because he wakes up and he's just like not fucking with his family. He's with the Avengers, and I guess his family is also there. And somehow, like, Black Widow comes out of nowhere, and she's given that classic MCU fucking line where she says the sun's getting real low. And then that man does this man Bruce does a fucking
Sun's getting real low.
this man Bruce does a fucking thunderclap and fucks on everyone except for Vision, bro. Because Vision can't be fucked because he's just Vision, you know? And Vision fucking touches his brain, bro. He touches his brain, and then all of a sudden he's like, get off me, bro, and boom. This dude wakes up fucking apparently like 100 years later, bro, and he's in a fucking lab. He's just in a tube. He wakes up, he busts out of the tube, right? These soldiers pull up on him, and they're like, yo, freeze. And then fucking MODOK, the fucking killing machine guy, fucking comes out of nowhere and exclaims that fucking humans killed themselves by a terrorist organization sneaking into the US and just dropping a bomb, a nuclear bomb, and exclaiming that it was the Russians who did it. And then they bombed the Russians, killed fucking everyone, and then that was it, bro. Everyone was pretty much dead. Apparently, like 60% of the population was gone, bro. There was no government left. All that was left was the Black Scythe, the new organization that was created that thought that humankind time on the Earth was over after the nuclear bombs and decided that it was enough. So what they did was they dropped a gas bomb and killed even more people. And apparently it was pretty effective. So now there's just like fucking less than 1 billion people on the Earth. And they're in LA. And Hulk, that's MODOK's story. And Hulk doesn't believe him. Hulk's like, what? You gotta be capping, man. You lying. So he goes out and he explores, bro. He pulls up on everything. And everything is destroyed. Everything's gone. A Hollywood sign is left. That's the only thing there. That's LA.
Okay, let me get this straight.
Jesus.
From like what's going on in the story. Someone got butt hurt and just gassed and nuked the world to death. Here comes Hulk. Is he like an overlord or what is he?
Well, Hulk can't die to the nukes because he's fucking Hulk. Hulk just keeps on exploring the barren wasteland that is Earth now. He's going everywhere. He even pulls up to where he ends up in Washington, just away from LA, and it's still fucking all shitty because of the World War III. He ends up finding some little kid who leads him to a secret civilization led by Machine Man. Just outside of New York is a new town built by people who have a new leader called Maestro. And Hulk figures that out, and he wants to meet Maestro. So he starts traveling to New York, and as he's going to New York, he gets tired and he takes a rest, and then he gets fucking attacked by these fucking super large fucking crowd of nuclear cockroaches that just start eating on him. And fucking civilization finds him, fucking called the Wasteland Survivors or whatever, Wasteland Survivalists, and they patch him up, and they're right outside of New York. So Hulk hops into New York. So he gets to New York, and people are like, "Holy shit, you look like the fucking Hulk." I mean, Maestro sends a guard out to get him, and he pulls up, and boom, fucking Maestro's like, "Long time no see, Banner," and it's the Incredible Hercules is Maestro, and then that's like the end of that.
End of the what you read or end of the first book?
End of what I read. That's the second book, bro.
So you ended on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
Wow.
Hercules, that's fucking dope.
Is Hercules like the god Hercules or a villain named
Yeah.
Hercules?
The god Hercules.
Does
I
he
find
know
that
Thor?
Greek and Norse mythology is really, really popular in Marvel. You actually kind of find out in Marvel that gods are really kind of created by us. Like, they tell a story about a god and they're born.
If you were in this universe with this Hulk and Maestro, and you went into a normal tavern and you see Hulk come in pissed off, what would you do in that situation?
I'd be like Peter Griffin in the episode when Lois has a book club and she's like, "Hey Peter, would you like to join us?" He's like, "Okay," and snaps his own neck.
You would kill yourself instead of watching or dealing with Hulk and pissed off.
It's better than getting beaten to death by the Hulk or freaking
Well,
ripped in half or whatever
You're
he's gonna
in.
do to you.
You're in this nuclear wasteland. Like, I would see Hulk as the easy way to die, like a quick death. It has to be. Being your head crushed, a lot better than dying from radiation or those fucking roaches he was talking about.
Debatable.
Debatable.
I already kind of told a little bit about Vision, but to go over, Vision was created by Ultron. Ultron created him, killed the Avengers, and when he went to go kill the Avengers, like, hey, this doesn't seem like, what's your name? They basically beat the fuck out of him. He woke up in the lab. They're like, who are you? What's your name? What's this? And uh, Wasp came in and she was just like, I saw you and I freaked out and you were like a vision of death. And that's how he became Vision. Vision turned on his creator, and basically what was basically going to happen, he is driven by logic and possesses emotions and able to achieve emotional growth too. So like he learns about love. He can learn that stuff. You come to find out in this comic series, like I said last episode, you really kind of find out that they're kind of really having a hard time after Viv got stabbed and got revived. And you can just really tell that they're really glitched out and fucked up. Like, it really fucked them up.
Sad situation.
Yep.
And like, just dealing with killing basically almost killing Viv, and then with Vic dying, it really fucked him up. And like, you even see his wife, Virginia, she just constantly is just always like talking in a stutter. And later on in the series, Vision's brother comes in, and he kind of shows up and was like, I'm really jealous of what you have. I envy it, and like Vision's like, I envy what you have because you're a new young child. You have so much ahead of you. And you kind of find out Victor, his brother, son of Ultron, is kind of really kind of fucked up in the head, and he found out in another comic that he is destined to kill everybody and basically become Ultron. And it fucks with him, and he has this thing with vibranium where he has to constantly hold it, or like he like has this thing with his body where it makes it hurt. And after that, you really find out he's a fucked up person. Everyone in this comic really is fucked up. You find out that Victor is a spy for the Avengers because the Avengers was told by Scarlet Witch and Agatha Harkness that Vision was gonna kill everyone. And what ends up happening is while Victor is talking to the Avengers, telling them how the first day with them went, or the first week, he's basically just like, I need you to stay here. Don't go tell your father, or your father would lose it. And he has like this magnetic power with his arm, and he used it on Vic, Vision's son. And he used it so much, and he was like, stop fighting, stop fighting, stop fighting. And he just overloaded his whole nervous system that it basically killed Vic. He could not be revived. He's dead.
Shit.
Yeah, and that really fucks up Vision, and he goes to try to kill the Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah. He
Why is he trying to kill the Avengers?
because he found out
Tell
that
me.
he's the reason why Vic is dead. He believes that
So he
they're the reason
believes.
why he's dead because they brought in Victor to spy on him, and Victor, being unstable as he was, and killed Vic. He blames Victor, and the Avengers for even involving themselves.
So, Vic died then.
Yes, Vic is dead.
Did she die when she got impaled,
Vision's
or
son
did she
is-
die when she was in the hospital?
Oh, that's the son.
Oh, the son
Vision's
died.
son.
And Viv is the daughter. The daughter lives now. And so really come to find out that like I said, Victor's kind of addicted to vibranium, and he's kind of going through a backstory kind of thing. And he kills Vic, and after he kills Vic, Vision comes in because Vic released a laser beam. Sorry,
I'm gonna take this moment to point out that I was effing that shit out.
You were what?
I fucked your mom.
I will fuck your mom.
get back to the comic. While Vic is getting attacked by Victor, the Vision dog comes in and starts barking at Victor, and eventually bites him and makes him lose control of Vic. And Vic comes back for a second, and he starts yelling for his father. And while he's yelling for his father, like Virginia and Vision were talking about like, hey, where's Vic? And went to Viv and was like, hey, do you know where your brother is? They're like, we can't find him. We can't search up his data. We can't search his location. We can't do nothing. And you find out the way they find him is while he's getting electromagnetic from Victor, he shoots a power, a beam from his gem and kills a neighbor. And they're like, where did that laser beam come from? And like I was getting back to the Avengers, so the Avengers confront him at Victor's jail, where he's being held. And I like to tell you on how dark it is, like I have to go to the comic. Like he storms out of the house. They had put a force field around the house. And he gets the lighter. Remember I mentioned the lighter?
From Captain America.
Lighter one? I mentioned that. It's made out of vibranium. He got that lighter and slammed it into the force field and was like, I'm coming for him. And yeah, he takes that down. After he takes it down, he flies to the prison. They get an alert that he has escaped, and they're like, Vision's heading to Victor. And so all the Avengers go there, and they confront him. Kind of crazy. Vision just kind of shows up and is like, I'm going to get to him. You can either... It's like, I understand that due to his role in the death of my neighbor and my son, the actions undertaken under your supervision, Victor McKenna is being held here and in the Arlington County House Jail. And Tony just says, Vision, I am here to visit Victor in his cell. Then I will kill him for killing Vin. And Iron Man just says, come on, man. Listen, you can't. And he goes, I will greatly appreciate your cooperation in this matter. However, I do not require your cooperation in this matter. Literally, all he says to Iron Man. And then Iron Man says, okay, fine. And then he pulls out, this is a portable shield similar to the one around your house. We'll keep you contained until we can. And as soon as he says we can, Vision just hits him with a beam to the chest.
Brutal.
Damn.
And so you just see him get launched back. And he's just... There's Lady Thor, there's Falcon Captain America. There's Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And Beast, and Medusa, and Marvel, and Miss Marvel, and Nova. And they're just all like standing there like, what the fuck? It kind of goes to Virginia talking to Viv, and she's telling her about her cooperation on how the boy died. Remember that father and son?
See.
So what ends up happening is, hold on. Vision didn't believe she should tell Viv, but she was like, I know they're gonna be coming for us soon because they're gonna, no matter what your dad does now, they're gonna consider us a lethal weapon created by your father. So they're like, no matter what, they're gonna just shut us off, basically kill us. So she's like, no matter what I look up, that's the end result. And so she tells her involvement. She says that she had hit the father over the head with the weight of a diamond and hit him on the head and put him into a coma. But before that, he had shot through her when she had phased and shot his son in the head and the heart. And then she told her daughter because her daughter was starting to get a crush on him. And so was the boy, and then she kind of died. He died, and it fucked her up.
Damn.
And the mother was telling her, and like I said, she was saying, I just feel like I should tell you this before anything happens. So it cuts back to him beating the fuck out of the Avengers. I'm telling you, the fuck out of them. Right after Viv gets told this, she just fucking slams the table and says, this isn't fucking right. She's like, my mother killed my only friend. And she just goes into her room and just like, fuck you. And the Vision dog is just kind of floating next to her. And she just looks at the fucking dog as it barked at her, and she just fucking punches it into the wall. And then just fucking shot a laser beam into it. And so it cuts back to Vision, and he beats the fuck out of Lady 4. It just shows her getting punched right in the fucking chin. Like he was like, I'm taking this bitch out. And then so he slams her into the ground. And then Miss Marvel and Beast tried to attack him, and he just lets them phase through him and just catches them with his fist and stop phasing right into their shoulders. And then Nova's flying by, and Vision just turned himself solid, and as he's flying, just fucking knocks him right in the jaw. And then Medusa tries to go attack him, and he just fucking hits her right in the dome with a fucking laser beam. And then Falcon is coming, and Vision just grabs fucking Nova and throws him at him. And so after that, it just shows Black Panther coming at Vision, and he just phased his hand right through his chest. And then you see Miles Morales Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man swinging at him, and they're going to attack him. And Spider-Man actually gets a kick on him.
That's fucking
And
teamwork.
and same with Miles Morales. Miles Morales like slams like both of his feet into him, and you just see Vision hit the wall, and he's automatically up, and he just was like floating there, and continues fucking dicking on him. Literally just shoots all of the rest of them with laser beams.
Hey, Dylan.
Doctor Strange tries doing something, and he just looks at Doctor Strange and punches Doctor Strange in the fucking teeth and knocks a tooth out of the man's mouth. To Victor's cell. While that's going on, you're seeing Virginia is going up to the Everbloom plant, which I mentioned in the first episode, going right up to the plant, and I explained what happens on how the process it is to see the future with that. You have to eat it. Something has to eat it once, and then you have to murder to eat it to see the future.
Cannibalism.
Oh yeah, Virginia takes the plant and fucking eats it. And since she already murdered someone, she was able to see the future, and she sees all of what goes on, and it just shows Vision going up to Victor, and Wanda shows up right as he's about to go to Victor, and he just says, "Wanda, Agatha, I have come to take this boy's life, as he took my boy's life. So I would greatly appreciate your cooperation in this matter. However, I do not require your cooperation in this matter." And so she's trying to reason with him, and he just fucking puts his hand right through her fucking shoulder and just made her pass out.
Couldn't you, like, reach into someone's chest and just rip their heart out?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat style.
Why doesn't he just do that?
He's only trying to like grab their heart and like stop it for a second and make them pass out. So it just shows that he's talking to his brother. And right as he's talking to his brother, you see another Vision hand go through Victor's heart.
Does he rip it out?
No, it wasn't Vision that did it. To find out that it was Vision's wife.
No way.
Yeah, she just comes in. She's like, "Husband, I will do this. You don't need this. That you've already have enough on your hands. I will do this." And you find out that she actually programmed Vision.
What?
Yeah, she programmed him to take out the Avengers because she knew she wasn't skilled like Vision to beat the fuck out of the Avengers.
Damn, multiple homicide.
Was she using Vision the whole time?
Damn, double homicide. What was that?
Was she using Vision the whole time, or was there actual love?
There was actual love.
And
They-
usefulness.
Yeah, dude. But in the comics, they actually even had sex.
I mean, like,
Yeah, like they showed her walking in with lingerie, bruh. Showed her taking off her panties and her bra, and she's like, "Come here, husband." But so after she rips out Victor's heart, you see Victor just kind of fall to the ground. He's like, "Finally, my destiny can't come true. I won't kill everyone I love," and he just dies with a grin.
Oh
that sounds
shit.
like Anakin Skywalker when he learned his true fate.
Dude, and then fucking then Vision's wife, Virginia, was just like, "Meet me at home, husband. I will see you at home. We can talk about the matter then." And so it just goes to the last issue, and it's kind of just them sitting there, and she calls the detective, and tells the detective everything that happened. Literally everything that she did and everything she committed to, and saying that she had rewritten Vision's mind to take out the Avengers and try to kill Victor, but she had killed Victor Machina, and it wasn't Vision. And she had also, when he got interrogated by the police to say that he was with the family when the Grim Reaper attack, and when she went to go confront that father and son. And so after that, it just flashes back all to that, and it shows her sitting at the couch at home. And remember that vase I told you about? One where it has the poisonous water? She gets some of that poisonous water and drinks it.
Killing herself?
Yep. And it just shows Vision showing up, and he just gets undressed out of his costume into normal attire. And just is like, she just says, I'm dying, Vision. I took a sip of that water, and he's like, if you phase out, you can survive now. And she goes, no, not after what all I've done.
So she feels guilty.
Yeah. And she just is like, please phase, and she says, no, I don't want to be alone. Just sit here with me, let me rest my head on your shoulder. She's like, my head is heavy. And it just ends up, you just end up seeing her die, and she just is like, take care of our children, our child, try to raise her up normal. And she, as he's just in mid conversation with her, she just passes out and dies. And he just holds her in her hand. Not passed out, but she dies in his arm. And he's just going, Virginia, wake up. Virginia, wake up. And she's dead. And it flashes to Scarlet Witch talking to Vision's daughter. And she's just saying that there's more important stuff to life. You gotta learn how to live. You gotta be you gotta be someone that can have a normal life. And she was like, I also do got a present for you, though. And you find out that she remade the dog with Tony Stark and her. They remade the dog, and the Vision dog came back. And she was like, she was happy as fuck. And then it flashes to her going to her for her second year, or no, her junior year of high school. And it just shows Vision as a single father. And that he's trying to raise her as normal as possible. And at the end of the episode, not the episode, the end of the series, the last comic panel, it just shows Vision just singing, and it shows him go up to his upper room, and he's making another android. And that's the end of it.
Cliffhanger. Alright,
Yeah,
since...
Alex,
Yes, Patrick?
your comment is on the Punisher, right?
Punisher versus Marvel Universe.
Yeah, but it's not like the Marvel Universe. It's like not a zombie. It's a cannibalified Marvel Universe. Correct?
Cannibalistic predators.
Pause.
Go
Yes. Alright, so where we left off was when the priest and the little boy was with Punisher, they escaped from or they were interrogating Deadpool because Deadpool was saying that he knows where the other survivors of the tribes are. And as he was talking about him, he was like, oh shit, Patient Zero's here. And Patient Zero, which is Peter Parker himself, Spider-Man, all buffed as shit now. He has the little boy and the priest all webbed up. And he's trying to make a deal with Punisher, because Punisher is saying, you know what, I could just kill you right now, so why should I let you talk? And as he's letting him talk, Spider-Man gives him a backstory of what happened during the epidemic start. Was when the tribe started to form. It was the Things tribe, Red Hulk's army, regular Hulk fighting the last remaining heroes that stood. And as they all started to fight each other, they all formed tribes with each other, with Spider-Man with his different symbiotes and Spider-Woman, and Captain America, Wolverine, and had a dip because they were all stronger with each other, with the Thing and the Hulk. Deadpool's turning, and Punisher already knew all that. He was like, yeah, get to the point. And as he's going on, he's saying Manhattan. He wants to rule Manhattan, and what he wants to do is give him the location to remaining survivors, because there are more, that it's uninfected. But he says if he can do that, if he could return his mate, because there's this cannibal tribe out there with a leader named the King of Death, which is not revealed yet. I will reveal later. Who has his mate, and he wants Punisher to get him in return. He will give him the location of the remaining humans. And before he can go, he tells him a story about Iron Man and the National Guard when they fought Red Hulk's army, and it had Sabretooth, Beast, it had other MODOK as well, and they all pretty much killed the most of the National Guard. And Captain America was there too, but it didn't show much of him. It just mostly showed Iron Man fighting with the last remaining power that he had in his suit, because the fight lasted 3 days, 3 whole days. And as he was fighting the Red Hulk, Iron Man's suit malfunctioned, and he could not escape the suit at all. And he stayed in that suit for 5 whole days, screaming in agony until he died.
Whoa.
And it's just a moldy suit now, rested in skeletons underneath from the dead people behind. And as that happened, that fight was planned. Like, it wasn't just happened randomly. It's because these tribes are trying to rule each other. Like, these cannibals will eat other cannibals. That's the crazy thing. Like, these tribes will eat other tribes so they could have more power to their territory that they want. And the King of Death has the most territory, and even Spider-Man's tribe can't even handle him. So he's making a deal with Punisher to kill the King of Death for him to get his mate. And as he proposes a deal, Deadpool escapes because he's Deadpool. He can heal really fast, even though Punisher had him held down pretty good. And Punisher just, without hesitation, shot him up real quick just to finish Spider-Man talking. And Spider-Man is just saying, well, you will make the deal because I don't want no more war. He's actually saying, Punisher realizes that this cannibal Spider-Man, since he's the first one to turn, he's more smarter, he's more smart, intelligent than all the other cannibals. So even he is saying, I don't want no more war, no more fighting, and you have no more left to punish. You've been fighting forever, and this is a war you can't win, you know that. So just do this and you will win. And Punisher is even hesitant to do it, so he doesn't even give him a straight answer. And the priest and him have a talk about it. And the priest is saying, you should do this. And Punisher said, why? I never agreed to it. And the priest is saying, you should, because God put this in your path for a reason. And he's giving his version of how Punisher should do this way. And Punisher is trying to say, I've already made a difference in this world. I'm the only one left fighting these monsters. And the priest is arguing, saying, for who? Because most people are dead. Like, he doesn't believe, like, the survivors are there. But he still wants him to do it because he has hope and whatnot. And the Punisher tells him, like, even though you think I should do this, I am a killer, nothing more. But I'm gonna do this because I feel like I need to, because it was his reason that this pathogen got out in the first place. And as he goes on to the mission to find the King of Death, Deadpool is already there with Black Widow and Scorpion looking tribal as hell and scary, even though Black Widow looks kind of fine, but face scarred all hell. And they're all saying, ooh, meat, because they see Punisher. And Punisher is okay, I'm gonna have to put y'all down like a dog. And he's starting to run away, trying to get good range and whatnot. And as he's trying to fight them, the blob frog start to come in, and Punisher just shoots him in the head without hesitation. And he sees other survivors held down in a cage somewhere. And as he tries to go towards them, you see Sandman, Hobgoblin, Shocker, Red Hulk, and it looks like I think Black Panther's in there. It looks like Black Panther, Hammerhead, and Tombstone, which they work for the King of Death, and Banshee from X-Men. And Punisher is just going ham with bullets, shooting as much as he could. And even Deadpool is actually helping this time with Black Widow and Scorpion, so they were actually going to help Punisher in this part. But they're losing because there's a lot more people than them. And these cannibals don't fight just long battles. Like they fight to kill the kill. So these battles last less than a minute. So as the battles are going on, Sandman's killing, Deadpool's killing, and Punisher just says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna throw a bunch of grenades and incendiary rounds, an electrical device," and says, "You know what? To only win a war that you don't know the possibility is a scorched earth." And he starts blowing up everybody, even though the people that were helping him. And then he finds Mary Jane, which you find out is the mate that Spider-Man's talking about. And there's one thing about her. She's uninfected and she pregos with Spider-Man's kid. And even though he's a cannibal.
She pregos with Spider-Man's kids?
Yes, even though he was cannibal at the time when that happened.
What the hell is pregos?
Pregnant, bruh. As she's dressed in native primal shit because that's how these people are. They're primal, these cannibals. You find out who the King of Death is because as Punisher is trying to escape with her, you find out that Kingpin is the King of Death in there. And he is thugged out. His teeth has been sharpened to points, so he looks like Baraka teeth. And he captures Punisher, but Punisher tries to fight back, but Sauron, the pterodactyl monster thing, knocks him out to kick it into a wall. And this is what starts issue 4. Issue 4 is the last one. So as issue 4 starts, it cuts to the priest and the little boy, which is captive in Punisher's hideout. Well, not captive, but hiding. And the little boy's worried because the Punisher's been gone for a while. And he keeps asking, when's he coming back? Is he okay? And the priest is like, I don't know. And the little boy's like, we should go rescue him. And the priest is like, how could we? Like, how could we do anything? We're not heroes. But as it cuts to Punisher all tied up with Multiple Man, which is a villain that I don't know much about, but he can clone himself, is tied him up, and you see Kingpin is questioning him and says, "You came for the spider's bitch, and his tribe moved after I took her, and you know where they are, and you're going to tell me." And Punisher just spits in his face, and Kingpin, like a weirdo, licks his spit and says, "This is going to be fun." Yeah, like a weirdo. And as
That
Punisher
nigga got AIDS now.
for reals, and Punisher is tied up and debating what he should do, and he knows that he can't tell anything because if they go to Spider-Man with the survivors, then that's it, because those are the remaining survivors that they know of, because they can't contact the rest of the world so far. You can tell he's in his. It's gonna be like a flashback to the Netflix series. He goes to thinking about his family, and he goes to the time where they died, and he talks about, my head was filled with screams that day. I became a killer that day. I thought that if I killed enough of them, I could wash the world clean. I was wrong. When you kill monsters, their blood infects the very ground where they die. But he still believes that he's still doing a difference because he's the good guy with the gun, and there's badass guys that are running out there evil as shit that are worse than him, so he knows that he's doing the right thing according to him. And as he's tied up, you see the priest and the little boy thugged up with guns, and they're attempting to rescue Frank. And you see the boy with the football helmet and a hockey stick.
What was he gonna
The
do with
priest
that
has
goddamn
one.
hockey stick?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, he's a little kid. Anyway, as I go on, the priest is gonna say a prayer as he's going up to the hideout, but it's kind of a stupid idea because he announced himself. And as he finished the prayer, you see Multiple Man saying amen multiple times as they capture the priest and the boy. And Kingpin is still interrogating Punisher, torturing him as well. And Tombstone is holding down Mary Jane. And Mary Jane gets a hold of Tombstone's knife. It says, "You know what? You ain't gonna tell shit, Frank, because I'm gonna kill me and my baby, and you guys ain't gonna. None of you guys are gonna win." And as that happens, it cuts to Deadpool being locked up in a cell because he was helping Punisher, and Red Skull is trying to tell him to shut the fuck up because Deadpool is like, he's just saying random shit like, "You know what? I should change my name. It sounds like a challenge to the universe." Blah blah blah. And Red Skull's just giving him shit, and Deadpool's just roasting him. And as Red Skull gets pissed off and says, "You know what? I'm gonna eat you right fucking now," Deadpool just gets him by the throat as he gets close to the cell, rips his throat, and escapes. And it cuts to Kingpin talking to Mary Jane as she was trying to perhaps kill herself, but it gave a distraction time to Deadpool to help out, kicking the shit out of his goons, giving the guns right in plain sight, helping Punisher escape, and they all fight together, Punisher and Deadpool. And they kill some of his goons, throwing grenades. Punisher gets the shitload of weapons as well, kills all the villains. Kingpin is damaged, and Kingpin is like, "You want me to beg, don't you?" And before he could finish, Punisher just says, "Shut the fuck up," and shoots him in the head. And he reunites. Wait, I'm getting close to the ending. He reunites Spider-Man with Mary Jane. He says the happy reunion, a real Hallmark moment. And Spider-Man says, "You kept my bargain. You brought back my mate, my family." And Mary Jane is trying to say sorry for what happened and saying you're a good man. But before she could finish, Frank pulls out his gun and says, "I said I would rescue the survivors. I gave my word, but not to Spider-Man." And shoots Spider-Man in the head, killing him. And Mary Jane is crying because that's her lover and she still loves him for some reason. And the priest is like, "Why? For the love of God, why?" And Punisher says, "I don't deal with monsters." And the priest says, "I only see one monster here," which is kind of bullshit in my opinion. And the Punisher says, "I sent them all away. This place isn't for the weak. This place can't be healed. This place is for killers, for monsters." And it just shows him walking away, Mary Jane crying, the priest and the little boy just standing there, and seeing the other survivors go away in boats, and Punisher just walks away with a sniper rifle, knowing he did damn well good and stopped all the cannibals. Boom.
Bravo.
Yes, bravo.
And next episode, I will talk about Wolverine's perspective on this story.
Seems tubular, dude.
Totally, man.
What's your guys' thoughts so far on all of our stories? Give your, first thoughts.
I left out some stuff that I realized. MODOK gave Hulk an opportunity to help save humanity because they wanted to use his blood to develop, a cure for fucking, nuclear radiation. And fucking Hulk was like, "Nah, even if we did that, you guys would just kill yourselves again." And then that's pretty much why he left MODOK and all of them.
Because he didn't want to fix radiation poisoning?
He didn't want to fucking help the humans come back.
Hulk sounds like an asshole.
Maestro.
Even after they fucking nuked each other, they still fucking had that Black Scythe group who fucking was killing everyone. So Hulk
I
would just
think if you
gave
lived
up.
through a nuclear war, you would go, "Hey, maybe killing each other isn't the best idea right now."
Can't we all just get along?
What do they get from killing people?
No, their goal was to fully wipe out humanity because 60% was wiped out from the nukes. And they thought that humans' time on the Earth was done.
Do you have any questions on mine or Alex's or Dylan's?
My question's mainly for you, Alex, and that's the preacher and little boy.
Why? Why?
Do they have sex?
No. What would you do if you were surrounded by cannibals and you see a little boy with no family around? Are you just gonna ditch the little fucker?
No, but I'm not a preacher.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You're automatically stereotypically
If
I can't say the
was
word.
in a cannibal wasteland and I come on church and I see a preacher, my first thought
It
would
doesn't
be,
matter. It doesn't matter the occupation. It's the person.
And that priest is a good person, and he takes care of that kid because the kid's family is dead.
Stop taking stereotypical shit.
I'm just confused how they came to be. How did they find each other?
They
didn't reveal it, but you would find. I don't know. I guess he found him alone somewhere. I don't know. Do you have a serious question this time?
No.
I guess that's a no.
Honestly, I really recommend the comic. It's a lot better to go read it.
And with my story too, it's written by Jonathan Maberry and Goran Parlov, and Goran Parlov has written some few popular stories in the 2000s era, and so is Jonathan. So Wolverines has a separate story of his own, which is called Marvel Universe versus Wolverine. But it just mostly goes into the backstory of Punishers because Punishers told like most of the majority of it, but the last part is from Wolverine's perspective, and it goes from different scenes and different sites of different heroes as well as you see from what happens to other heroes such as Black Panther and Hank Pym and whatnot.
Who wants to grade it? We have to leave it to one person. I'm saying Patrick.
I'll do the grading.
Okay.
But give a review, okay, Alec?
Okay. Oh, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all lazy.
Man, Patrick, you were listening, right?
If I have to give a breakdown of each one and give them a grade, I would say most certainly that I think Alex's does get an A for this one, but an A-, kind of the sickly teacher. There's some things about it I'm like, I'm not sure, but you gave a good performance.
Quit hanging up on the fucking priest.
What was that? The only part you're questioning is the priest?
I'm not talking about yours, Alex. Talk about Alec. I liked Alex, and I liked the delivery, and I liked the tone. For some reason, while he was talking, I was reminded of the Chris Pratt being Mario in the new movie coming out. Don't know why, but that's what I thought of multiple times when he was talking. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that's how Chris Pratt's gonna treat that character. But I would give Alex an A-. I would give Dylan a C. A C-.
I know. I
could
split
not
off.
follow. I could not follow you, my dude. I'm so sorry.
I know. I'm terrible at this.
So me and Alec get A-.
Oh, Alex, I haven't graded you yet.
Oh, sorry. It's just our names are so similar.
I'm giving you a B-. You have gotten an A. You have had the A. You've been fucking happy old trophy. You put on your microwave. You be like, hey, Mom, I got an A. But it's a B-. Because you didn't fully explain the preacher and the kid. I'm sorry.
Patrick, that's not
sorry.
the moral of the story. The story is about Punisher and his journey through the apocalypse of cannibalistic predator heroes and villains.
Listen,
it has nothing to do
when Alec told me the nuclear war, when he told me about fucking Maestro and all the dark matter, that shit made sense. I'm like, okay, there's some plot holes here, but I can put that apart.
That stereotypical dirty fuck shit.
It's not stereotypical.
Yes, it is.
They have a branch in the Catholic Church just for fucking investigating themselves.
You know what? I find the grade debatable.
Debatable? Then debate me on the grade. Alec, do you think the priest and the boy justifies a B-?
I don't know, bro.
Found from the story, like the impactment that it struck you, but all you're focusing is the fucking priest and boy.
Look, it's a good story. It really is a really good story. I haven't read it.
Is this the ending of the... Are we going towards the ending, sirs?
Right. My name is Dylan. I'm the first host. You guys have a good night.
I am Alex. Thanks for listening. For you. Y'all shut the fuck up.
Can I put my balls in your jaw?
Yo, Joe.
Yo,
Joe.
Anyway, come back next weekend, bitches. Don't listen to those fuckers.
Every Saturday, you know we reading these goddamn comics, bro. Come on, you gotta come back, bro. Come back.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.